Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts. Just coming on today to share with you a quick card that I've created. And if you're interested at the end, I'll be sharing with you how I put the little bear together. The bear is from Cadoodlebug Designs. It is Yummy Treats or Yummy Treat Bears. I don't remember exactly. It's just a cute little thing. I just try to get it a little bit brighter. The colors are a little bit off for me. I'm sorry. I'm having a struggle with that. It's very overcast today, or I should say smoky, however you want to say. Anyway, my card is 4.5 inches wide, 6.25 inches tall. That's quite often when I make my cards for paper piece sizes. The printed paper on this is digital paper. It was printed on presentation paper. I had to think of the name of it. I followed a sketch from Mary from Cards TV. I do quite often follow her sketches, and I just adjust the sizes for what I want for my pieces. And to fit my card sizes, I used the black background piece is 4 3/8 wide by 6 1/8 inch tall. This next piece is, bear with me, I have to pick this up to see things. I didn't write them down. So it is the black piece, this next piece here. The black is 2.5 inches wide, and it is 5.5 inches high. And so it would be 5 3/8 inch tall for the white printed piece and 2 3/8 wide. The little hello is just a stamp I have from it was a Close to My Heart stamp, I believe. Stamps that I don't remember. I've had it from Kim Ferguson for quite a while. I use a lot of the sentiment stamps. This checkered background piece, plaid, however you want to say, is 2 inches high, and then it's 4 3/8 inch wide. And I just chose not to put any black behind that. I want to leave it plain. My little bear, my guy, is about, I'm just going to guesstimate this, about 3.5 inches wide, and then however high Design Space made it. I did use glaze pen for the eyes, put Nuvo drops, and then I put Nuvo glitter drops for the centers of the flowers, and then I put glossy accents over them. And I also, I don't know if the camera's picking it up very well, maybe a little bit. There, I put glossy accents on the seeds also. And the doily is a 4-inch doily, circle doily. I've got, I don't know where I got them. I've got a whole pack of them. But that is my card. Just thought I'd share it. If you want to stick around for the paper piecing, please do. Otherwise, thanks for joining me. Have an awesome day. Okay, if you stuck around for the process video, I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, this is one of the designs from Yummy Treat Bears from Cadoodlebug Designs. And please disregard my fingers. I was inking this morning, and it's hard to get the ink off, so I apologize. Okay, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and start with the flowers. I'm trying to be very careful of these two little specks here. They are the eyes, believe it or not. And I always try to start with the pieces that I know don't have to fit specifically on here somewhere. So I've got 4 flowers, 3 fairly close in size. And I've got 2 different sizes here and one of the bigger. So I kind of know where to put them. And I used about 3 different types of glue depending upon the size and of my pieces. Right now I'm using reptile glue, excuse me. And I also use art glitter glue and Beacon 3-in-1 glue. A lot of the paper piecing, what do I want to say? Whoops, this is the right one. The steps and even the detailing, you can apply to so many different pieces. So I will, comment that if you have questions, please leave a question. I'll gladly get back to you. I haven't been doing a lot of paper piecing process videos just because there are a lot of people that do them, but I'm going to try to get back into it a little bit more. I will be putting glitter on these also. I will go through that with you too. Okay, now I don't have the paper piece thing in the picture in front of me, so I'm going by guessing by golly. And honestly, I have a piece here that to the life of me, I don't know if it's supposed to go, here. It just doesn't fit anywhere. Yeah, so what I'm going to try to figure out is, normally I'll put the ears behind, don't get me wrong, and I know they go on here. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I'm missing here with this piece. So I'm going to put that on there. Just try piecing this. Yeah, and see, you have, I'm not going to put this piece on. I might regret it. I'm going to what I do need to come back and do is his back piece here. I need to ink that a little differently than I did. And I apologize for this. Quick try to do it. See if I can. This will be covered where it looks like it's pretty messy. So, and just, like I said, I just can't make it fit anywhere because these curves here don't fit with this. That doesn't fit. Yeah, let's try it upside down once. No, I'm going to leave it off. I really don't know. So what I'm going to start with, and this is quite often what I do, start with the ears first. Okay? And these do fit on here. Now, a rule of thumb is when the ears start curving down like that, that's usually going to be the right side. And I'm just going to lay it there for a moment. I'm going to put the other ear on the left side. It's going to curve down again. And why I'm not putting the right side down yet first is once I get this one on, I want to just lay the head on there and make sure that everything is covered properly. So, my glasses here out of the way. And it often does help me to pick it up so I can kind of see where everything should go. I'm having issues with my Cricut wanting to leave a snag or something. I don't know how to explain it on my pieces when I cut. And it's new blade and new mat, so I don't know. It's like it's dragging in one spot. It's just strange. So, and I think what I'm going to do is put a pencil line where that ear goes, to be honest with you. Yep. What I did was I lined it up. This little notch right here, the first one, I lined it up with this first notch on the head. I don't know if you can see it, but like that. So that's how I knew. And then once I lay the head on, it's all good. So, and I'm telling you, that extra piece I know should go somewhere, and it's just going to bother me. Yet, So I think I'm going to take a quick look again. I looked once or twice, I don't know, at the finished piece, and I'm going to have to look again because we have this piece, and I don't believe that that shows here. So somewhere it's got to get covered, and yeah, I'm going to just stop a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, so I looked and I can't see where it should go, so I'm going to leave it alone. And then I also have this little piece. It's actually supposed to be one of his back paws, and there are little brown pieces that you can cut that go in there. I didn't use that. I didn't cut those. In fact, there's two little dark brown pieces, and I didn't cut those, and I'm not going to be using this piece that looks like this, so I'm going to put that over with that. I inked it because I wasn't 100% sure. Now, these, there are two legs, and maybe hard to see on here, but there is a little notch here. So what we're going to do is put one on top, okay, and then we're going to put one on the bottom, excuse me, and that's what's going to make it look like both his legs, okay. And bear with me a moment again, I'm just dry piecing this because I still am not comfortable with that. When I have a missing piece like that, it just bothers me. Okay, so it's good. It has been so long since I put this bear together. I did it once and it turned out really cute. And I'm working on some summer cards yet. As you'll see the finished card at the beginning of the video, obviously. But when I have a piece that I can't figure out where it goes, and it's that large, that first piece I showed you, I keep trying to work it in somewhere, and I'm sure it has a place. But now I am just using the little notches of his fur, so to speak, to figure out where my pieces go over here. They fit very nicely, by the way, so not a problem. Okay, now we are going to put his head on, and as you'll see, there's a little bit down here that's not covered, right, by that. This piece here will actually take care of that. So you're good there. So get some glue on here. Oh, sorry, excuse my reach. Take my glasses off again. Keep telling myself I've got to get my eyes rechecked. It's been a while, and I've got some other things to get resolved first, so I guess they're gonna wait. It's just trying to get appointments coordinated sometimes is a challenge. So this little piece right here of the fur on his head wanted to crinkle a little bit when I cut it. So, and I don't know if you can see, this part of his head is just barely covering the ear part. And of course, I forgot something. I am so sorry I start talking. No worries. We're just going to put it right along his head and it'll be fine. These are the little inner ear parts. Normally I'd put that on before the headpiece. My apologies. But in this case, it'll stick on there just fine. With the glue I'm using, I could still take it off, but it's fine. So we're just gonna pop it on here, make it work. I see a lot of comments about, not knowing where things go. And I think the more you get familiar with paper piecing, you will find it will come much easier. I had that struggle when I first started. Please do not get me wrong. So it just something that will come. And I was just looking to make sure that the leaves are going to go over the top of the muzzle. So one nice thing about this bear, you don't have to do anything with the eyes other than get them on there, which may be a challenge. Now, make sure I get the, okay, I was making sure I get it here where I want it. So, and then I'm going to take the little nose piece and it's just going to go here. These are such cute little bears. I'm pretty sure they're Trina Clark designs. She had a lot of really cute designs. And if you've ever studied bears, watched or seen a lot of pictures of bears, they do have the beadiest little black eyes. They're not huge at all. I'm amazed. I did not know that. Okay. There are several ways to get glue on these little pieces. Okay. I really should not put glue on my skin, but I do. So I'm allergic to a lot of that stuff, but that little bit isn't too bad. Okay, there is one. I think my biggest challenge is not having the tweezers or my finger, my hands, release the tweezers and then the little pieces fly everywhere. That's a problem for me. So I'm happy that these are going on as well as they are. Okay, somehow, I don't know if that paper separated or what, I'm going to be, yeah, it must have. I'm going to do something with the eyes anyway, so it's not a huge deal, okay? But next, we are going to put our leaves in. Before I do that, I do need to do this. Put the lid on my glue. I'm going to do a little bit with his face. So, see how much I have on here. This has already got chalk on it. We'll see how much. And I'm just coming in a little bit around the edge of this and putting a little bit of chalk on here. I don't want a lot. I'm just, you can put a little bit up on the outside edges here too, if you want, if you wish. If you'll see that a little bit or not. Looks like there's a lot of chalk on here, and there's not until you get it on white. Then you'll see it more. But you can see he's just got a little bit of color. Like I said, doesn't need a lot. And then, I don't know how much white is on here, but I'm going to come in with this. Put a little bit of white on his nose. His eyes, I'm going to use a glaze pen. I don't want to do that until I'm all done. There is one other thing, though, that I'm going to do. And I can't give you the names of the chalk only because I don't know them. And I say that because I'm using these decorator chalks and I have no idea what the names are of all these colors. I want a lighter color, so I'm going to use this and this one. I'm just using this little, it's like a 0.4 blending brush. I looked for I think mini blending brush on Amazon, and that's what I found. I'm just going to put a little bit in the ears here, and this stuff has a lot of chalk, or a lot of dust with it. So I just blow that off, put a little more on. You do not have to do this. These are just things that I sometimes add to the ears. This one I especially did because of all of the pink in it. So it just doesn't want to. Let me see if I can get just a little bit with this. Just don't want too much in there. One ear gets enough, just enough to make it, and the other one doesn't. We're going to leave it. Okay, next we're going to do the leaves. And right, where did the other leaf go already? It's on here. Good grief. This seems backwards to me, but with the wider part being out, but it doesn't fit if I do the narrow part over here. It's just backwards, but that's what I'm going with. So going with how it fits, and I might change it around. I'm not sure. To me, the wide part should be here. Well, I'm going to go with the wide part at the base of this, or at the stem area. I don't like it the other way. Terrible of me, but this one, I'm putting the narrow end out, and I'm putting it so it goes on this little hump on his back here. And I have a feeling that other piece probably did go on here somehow, but it's working out with it not being on there, so I'm just leaving it off. Now we take the stem, put it in here. I'm putting it quite far up into the flower. I'm going to see once where my piece here goes, so I kind of know. Okay. I want to make sure that my watermelon slice covers it down here, and yet doesn't go too far. I use the sides of my tweezers, but I also have, and I have to get them out. I have one out somewhere. Goodness, that's not it. I just came across it. Let me get another one out. Excuse me. I have these doodle sticks, and they are really nice. I'll take one out and show you. There's different tips. They're silicone tips, but they work really nice to get right up there and get the glue off. So I'm going to leave it out, or I will never. I should find the other one too. I've got a few, but they're really nice. Okay, before I put the watermelon on there, I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces on. And things to do with that also. I kind of put it on this on a piece of scratch paper, and it smears it down or takes a little bit of the excess off. So I'm going to get that to the edge. I had problems with this glue bottle, and I'm pretty sure that I overfilled it, and it kept oozing, and just like, something with gas bubbles or something would do it, and I'm pretty sure it was air bubbles it couldn't get, because I overfilled it and it just couldn't breathe. So more than likely, because it's working fine now, which I'm thrilled because, but okay. Now we can put this on. The flowers are going to cover it up. I say normally I use my Beacon 3-in-1 glue for this, but that one bottle's just about empty, and it'll take forever to get it to the bottom. So I use that a lot when I have bigger pieces if I need to move them around, or sometimes it just helps that the paper doesn't absorb all that moisture. So anyway, that's my thinking. Okay, going to put this flower on. For some reason, I didn't cut the stem, this flower, and the leaves that go with it. When I cut the piece out, I think I didn't see that it was part of the background or shadow piece, and I wasn't really going to use it. Well, I had to go and fix that. So I'm hoping it's going to pretty much be the proper size. Okay, this flower goes in front. So what we're going to do is put the other two flowers to the back, so they go on first. Basically anything that shows to the back on the design goes on first. All I did was took some of the excess glue off there. And these little, I'll say notches, so to speak, at the bottom are where they fit. This first one here is where this one will go. And there's two in the center where the larger one go. And then there was the one for the back one. So, oops. Okay, I need to either get that mark off. If you get a mark on a white piece of paper and you can't get it off, if you don't have a sanding eraser or something, take a white gel pen or a white pen or a white colored pencil and just go over it, and if it's dry, it should not smear. You should be able to cover it up. Just a little hint that works well. And these also have a specific way that they're going to fit on there. Now, before I put my little drops on, my little seeds, looking for, never can find the lids here, I don't know why. Put the lid on the glue. To me, this looks really plain, okay? Once you get the glitter on and little highlights, you'll be amazed at how much it transforms. what I'm looking for. Once I darken up his eyes, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. It's quite amazing. Looking for one of my other brushes. Really did think I had everything out here, and I don't, so I apologize. When I'm using a little bit bigger area, or going to highlight a little bit bigger area, I use a bigger brush. You don't have to. You can use, whatever works for you. Q-tips work, pom-poms work, it's... I don't want it highlighted a lot, but I just want a little on there. You can use white ink to do that. I've done that. I use that quite often too. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I cut these the same color as they showed in the photo. You could do them in black. No worries, whatever you wish to do. Get the right sides because I did ink them. I do like this raspberry color I used. It's just shows off the pink much better. And then that's why I wanted the inside a little whiter too, so just kind of put them in there randomly. All right, go ahead and finish this little guy. I'm going to get the lid on my glue again. I think I just want to try to get just a little bit more pink in his ear. So okay, we're going to use this one. Okay, it may not look like a lot in there, but yet I don't want too much either. First, I'm going to do his ears, or his ears. I was working on his ears. I'm going to work on his eyes. I caution you if you've not used black gel pens, the glaze pens, just to be a little careful. They can be kind of messy at first. And for some reason, that's what happened. My eyes, the paper split. Weird. Never had that. But that being that small, I can understand. Just for me, making his eyes darker did a lot for the little guy. It just... Now, I'm not going to do any more glitter or anything yet until I finish the little bit of highlighting I want to do. I'll have a mess, honestly. I've been trying to use more white chalk pan pastels than I do the white gel pen for highlighting. I use it some still, but I really am trying to learn to highlight with ink and chalk. I can't think and work sometimes together, or a lot of times. Now, if you get a smaller area you're trying to chalk, I use these that I use for my eyes, these little eyeliner brush things. I'm not sure what they're called. Okay, I am going to do just a small amount of gel pen work. When you put the glitter on, I let it dry and then I put glossy accents over it. Once that's dry, you can use the white gel pen over the glossy accents after and only after it's dry. Don't know if you're aware of that. Just a little trick, and I do that too. So you could do his nose, you could glitter his nose, but I have so much other glitter in the yellow that I don't want to do that, or it'll be way too much. So now I'm coming on. This is from Nuvo Drops. It's Yellowbird Glitter Drops. And that's what I'm going to use for the yellows. It's not real dark. If you used even a darker yellow, it would come through a little bit darker. It'll, obviously the back color will make it a little darker. Don't need a lot. I have better luck with Nuvo Drops, Nuvo Glitter Drops than I do with Stickles. I don't know why. Stickles will dry out much more rapidly, and these do not. So that's why I've switched to Nuvo. I still have Stickles. I'm using up what I have, but I do prefer Nuvo. Although I've had a struggle finding my chocolate fondue in the Nuvo Drops, and I have some vintage photo Stickles, and I really like those for the noses of my bears. So, see, I don't know if you can tell. I just think that it's coming along nicely, just adding that little bit of glitter and his eyes. I'm going to go back and put just a little bit more black in his eyes before I do my seeds. I said I have to be careful. This when I put the glaze pen down, I don't put it flat, and I sometimes have a big glob like that. So okay. Yeah, the seeds. I knew I was going to do something. Yeah, when the yellow dries, I'll come back and put glossy accents on the seed, on the yellow also. But I want to put, and I'll probably come back and put another layer of this because it tends to dry. And you can't see it, I'm sure, on camera, but it is it does have glossy accents on the seeds, so a little bit of fuzz there from the paper. When it gets really humid, and it's been extremely humid again, I start to have problems with some of my paper. Even though I have a little dehumidifier, I still have trouble. So that is my finished little piece, the detailing of it. Quite simple, but I just really, if you have glitter, use that. If you have the pan pastels, highlight, that's a couple of things I would suggest. That's my biggest thing, is I get a lot of use out of that. So thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Take care.